Hi all, this is Lynn with Paper Life, and today I want to work on our week 1. Our theme is summer, and we need to make an altered paper clip. So I'm going to start with just a small paper clip. I have a scrap piece of book page, nothing fancy. Actually, this was from a new book, so the pages aren't even aged. I'm going to tear off some of this white around the edges where the writing does not go to. I feel like my voice is very crackly today, so I apologize. I do have water here, so I may be stopping every once in a while to get a drink of water. I'm going to tear this down to about 1.5 inches, I think, is what I'm going to do. I was going to do 2 inches, but we know what happened last week when I made it big and was going to resize later. I forgot to resize it. So this can be any size you want it to be. For right now, mine's just the 1.5 inches by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches tall. I think I want my inside of the paper clip to be, we're going to do this 3 inches. We'll see. I may end up changing that size, but for right now it gives us a starting point. Set that to the side for just a moment. I'm going to take this piece, our 1.5 inches by 3 inch, so it's 1.5 inches here by 3 inches long. I'm going to fold it in half. So it's a little, I don't know, I'm going to stick with that size. Just going to do it. Not going to overthink it today. I apologize if my phone goes off while doing this. I'm waiting on a phone call, so I'm not able to put it on silent. Now this is going to be almost completely covered. It should be completely covered, but we know how that happens with me. So I'm just distressing around the edges to make sure that if anything shows, it's not really standing out. This first piece is going to go inside our paper clip. So see, it's the paper clip, you just slide it over the top of it, okay? All I'm doing is roughly seeing how long this piece needs to be, because there is a slight gap between the two pieces. There we go, you can kind of see it, and that's just the thickness of the paper clip that's going to be there. So unfortunately we can't completely get rid of that. So our pages aren't going to be exactly the same. I mean, I guess you could do them exactly the same. They would just be, the outer page would be slightly bigger or slightly smaller than the inner one. I don't know if that makes any sense whatsoever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, guys. So let's see, just loosely kind of eyeballing it. We see we're just a hair over the 3 inches. I'm going to distress my outside. Now my plan is to cover up most of this, so I'm not doing anything other than just going to use it as my base. But it gives me a rough idea. Okay. So once we're ready, this will get glued on the outside here. And I'll show you that once we do that part, but I don't want to glue it on yet. I feel like this will be easier to work with. So my great idea for summer was watermelon. That was kind of my inspiration, mostly because I'm eating watermelon, and that tends to be what that's my sign that summer has started, was I buy watermelon, and I usually eat it all summer long. So I'm going to use my paper punch, it's just a circle, into some white cardstock that I have left over. I have these midliners brush, but whatever you have that works. I'm going to grab green and red. However, okay, it's supposed to be a red, but it's kind of a pinkish peach color. And my green is also, it's just a light, they're highlighters, so they're not real bright. I also have a black Sharpie, and what I'm going to attempt to do is kind of color this like it's a watermelon. So I'm going to do the green all the way around the edge, because no matter how hard we try, there's always some of the outside peel. Or maybe we're not trying. We're going to leave that on, and we're just going to make it, our watermelon's just a big old slice of watermelon. Okay, so you have the green rind of the watermelon, then you usually have that white, and then the reddish flesh. So I'm going to come in, and I'm going to leave a little bit of my cardstock exposed. No, I am not an artist by any stretch of the terms. I'm only going to use a wedge of this, but I didn't think I'd be able to accomplish it with drawing the watermelon without doing the whole thing. I don't know if that makes any sense. So beautiful, I know, huh? Well, we're going to add the black spots in there. I think it's going to make it look more like a watermelon. I hope. Black seeds. I was going to do a wedge, but I think maybe half looks... Well, here, let's do... Come here. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry guys, my phone keeps going off. So that was my original idea, was to have one of these little quarters of our watermelon. But I also really like the half. So I might go ahead and do both of them for right now and then see at the end which one I like. So here's my black Sharpie. And I'm going to move this up so you guys can see. All I'm doing is little small lines. I'm going to do that all the way through. Of course, my black Sharpie does not want to write. What is it about the Sharpies? It seems like those are the most popular things on the desk. Alright. So I'm trying to just do them randomly. Yes, this one has a lot of seeds. You can't really see, but we will get a closer view of it here in a little bit. Alright, there's that. So we have the watermelon part of it. Do something kind of like so. Okay, sorry about that. Of course I would get a phone call right then. So I went ahead and while I was on the phone, I ripped down some sari silk to be about, I don't know what size did I end up doing. We're going to say 1 inch. And I have some white fabric that I ripped again to make it where it covers a lot of the book page, but not all of it. I didn't want it to go all the way over to all of the sides. Let's see if I can try to. So I wanted it to still have some of the book page kind of peek through. I was hoping I would have some green lace or something in here, but I'm not really finding anything. Some black. Maybe I'll pull that out. I might use that. So let's see. I'm going to see if I can get away with glue stick to put the cotton down. If I can get my glue stick open. I'm hoping, you guys know I am not good with getting my glue stick to actually hold. I'm hoping that this glue stick just kind of temporarily holds it until I can put the other lace and stuff on top. Excuse me. Because at that point I'll be using Fabri-Tac. And that should help hold it a lot better. Hello, get back over here. Okay. So I have some of this, and it's kind of a almost a yellow tint to it. I was thinking maybe putting that on top like that. Oh really, Thor, you don't say. My dog just woke up and moved from one spot to the next, so of course he had a huff. Okay. Get my Fabri-Tac moving down. Get it to move down to where I want it to be. I'm going to trim up some of this edge a little bit. And I'm trying to... Really, I thought I muted my phone. Sorry, guys. I will take care of that here in just a second. Oh, get off my finger. Okay, there we go. Hush it! My phone, I'm so sorry. Put that kind of there. Now, it doesn't really show up much, but it does give it a little, give the fabric some texture. Okay, while I was putting my phone on silent, I decided I did not trust this without a little bit of stitching, so I ran a stitch around all of it. My sewing machine decided to booger up right there, but it's okay because it's on the back side and I won't notice it. I also found some green, okay, it looks black, but I promise it's a kind of dark green sari silk underneath my desk from a previous project. I was trying to rip a really thin strip of it because I wanted it to be thinner than this, and I wasn't really accomplishing it, but I did accidentally rip off a few tiny pieces, so maybe I'll use that. I don't know. So here's my red. What I want to do is just try to kind of even that up a little bit. Okay, or not, because I just cut it and did a worse job than what was already there. Okay. So when I pulled it straight, it was about the length of our piece of paper. Now as it pulls itself up, it's not, but that's fine. Let's see. I'm going to try playing with just half of this for a minute. I think what I'm going to do is put the black under, the red over, and get my little watermelon to pick up. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Let's see if I put a little bit of this green behind there. I don't know how much I'm loving this black. Let's see without the black. I think I like it without the black better, so my idea behind this red fabric was to only really glue it at the top and behind my watermelon so that it had some movement to it. It was still able to move. My dog is running in his sleep. And my other reason behind not gluing the whole thing down is because the glue does go through this fabric really easily. So it just won't have that fabric feel to it anymore. It'll be a little harder. Alright, so I'm just kind of trying to use this like you would thread, I guess, where I kind of just ball it up behind. Alright, may not be the greatest paper clip in the whole world, but we got a little something going on at the moment. Oh, there's that other little piece of green. Okay. I'm going to try to just cut a little piece of this off. Because I want a little bit more than that. It's kind of puny. And I'm just kind of pulling at it to get it a little rustic. I don't know what word to give it. I just don't want it to be a nice smooth cut line. Okay. Now since I have this one, I didn't think about that ahead of time, I'm going to use it on the other side of our paper clip so that it has some decoration going on either side. Well, I guess I'm glad I couldn't make up my mind which one I liked better. I'm chuckling at myself because I need about 4 more hands currently. Okay. So here is one side of the paper clip, what that'll look like. Another side of what the paper clip will look like. If I can get that to stay down, I'm going to have to probably fuss with that a little bit more as the glue's drying. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper clip that I have here. Look, can you tell? I need to work with my glue and thin it down. So I'm going to take my paper clip that I have here with our folded over piece of paper in between. Okay, I'm sorry, let's try that again. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to go around the edge. And I also want to make sure that I get it up and around that paper clip real nice. Okay. And then we're just going to stick this other one on top. Like so. And run a little bit more glue. Like so, and then flip this one over. I hope that is making sense. So we have sandwiched our paper clip. This will focus. We have sandwiched our paper clip between 2 pieces of paper. And I'm just trying to make sure that all this kind of seals down. And to show you how this paper clip would work, so you just take it and where there's that slit in between, your piece of paper would slide right in there. So for me, this kind of recognizes or represents summer to me a little bit because of the paper, or because of the watermelon. Hey, we never said that any of this had to be perfect, right? We just wanted to do the first week, since it was only actually 4 days, make it a simpler project so it wasn't crazy time consuming. And this is what I came up with for summer. What did you come up with for summer? Because that might be a better question. I feel like yours is going to be better than mine is currently, but I'm not putting down my work. I'm just saying, I don't know if I'm completely done with it currently. I try not to pick apart my own work. I mean, I still do, but my goal is not to pick apart my own work, because we should be our own fans, right? Alright, everybody, I hope you have a great day. I will see you all later.